I seriously cannot remember the last time I bought something from Kylie Cosmetics. Then she launched a new collection and I was completely persuaded and I bought all the pieces. So this is actually the second collaboration that Kendall and Kylie have done together. So it just arrived in the mail today and I was like, you know what? I want to try this again. I want to see if these products are, you know, live up to the hype, first of all, because the collection, it really just pulled me in. I don't know if it was the lavender color or what, and we'll get into the products in a minute. But at the end of the day, I'm also wanting to test out some of these formulas since it really has been years since I've consistently kept up with or bought from Kylie Cosmetics, especially since it was bought by the brand Coty a couple of years ago now. And so some of the formulas changed and I haven't really given the brand a fair shot since that transition. Anyway, we're gonna be trying out the Kendall and Kylie 2.0 collection. There are 4 products that are in this collection. I bought them all in a bundle. You can actually buy all of these as a bundle on the site. I'll have it linked down below if you guys are interested. But we're gonna start off by trying out the eyeshadow palette. So this is actually a lot larger in person than what it looked like. I don't know, this is the biggest Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that I've personally used. Since the rebrand, I feel like she's gone a little bit bigger with the eyeshadow palettes, and there are more shades in here, but with that being said, they are more pricey because they are bigger. So this pressed eyeshadow palette retails for $49, so that's a hefty price for an eyeshadow. It's actually all matte colors, which is really interesting, so I will show you what it looks like on the inside. The packaging is all this really beautiful light lavender color, and here are all the shades. I really actually was intrigued by a full matte palette because I do like matte eyeshadows, honestly. And I don't think I have a fully matte palette that's quite this big, so I'm excited to try it out. So this whole collection is limited edition. I have my little cheat sheet here, and it says that this is a matte dream. The palette contains 18 highly pigmented, all matte shades, both warm and cool tones. They're supposed to be smooth and easy to blend. I haven't tried this formula yet, so I'll let you know how it goes. There's everyday neutrals or pops of color, so you can kind of mix and match basically. Something interesting on their website, and I've seen this with a couple of Kylie Cosmetics palettes, but they actually have 4 shades that they say are face pressed pigments in this eyeshadow palette that they say you should not put around the eyes, which is just kind of interesting to me. I don't really know why. Maybe the pigmentation, maybe they just, I don't know. I was trying to figure out what the reasoning would be because I understand sometimes with eyeshadow palettes, if there's a pressed glitter, sometimes they put that, you know, so that you don't get harmed by the glitter around your eyes or whatever, but when it's a matte shadow, I just wasn't really sure why. So the 4 shades you're not supposed to put on your eyes in the eyeshadow palette, which is kind of like, what? Anyway, it's the Kai and Kenny shade, so this one right here. The Kendall to my Kylie, which is this one. I was excited about that one to go on the eyes, but apparently it's not supposed to go on the eyes. Super Famous Clips, so the hot pink color, and Scorpio Season, which is also so pretty. I don't know, maybe there's a red pigment in here that can tend to either stain the eyes or kind of irritate the eye area. I'm not quite sure, but I thought that was interesting that they pointed that out, so I wanted to share. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the eyelids with my NARS eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here. It's called We Get It, You're Perfect. It has a nice detail right here. It just says Kendall by Kylie Cosmetics. The interesting thing about this palette and this collection is it's very lavender and lilac themed. However, there's only one purple shade or like lavender shade in the palette, and it's this one. So I don't know, kind of an interesting packaging or marketing choice, but I feel like that's the thing that really drew me in initially to this collection. Was just the packaging. I think the pictures for the campaign was so pretty, and I'm a sucker for lavender, you guys know. This is actually a really high quality mirror in this palette, which is so nice, especially if you're traveling, you know, and you just need to kind of consolidate. This is a really, really good size. Like I can see my entire face in this mirror. I'm gonna kind of drag this color out toward the end of the brow a little bit. Next, I'm gonna take this really pretty cool toned taupey color. This is called Go Off Sis, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this with a little bit more of a dense brush. It's still fluffy, but it's just a bit more dense, and I am going to start just shaping out the outer corner of the lid with this. This is one of the shades that I was the most excited about in the palette, just because I'm really into more cool toned eyeshadows these days, and I especially love cool toned browns to really sculpt out the shape of the eye. And so far I'm really liking that color, it's nice. The formula is blending really nicely so far. I don't have any complaints. There is quite a bit of kickback in the pan, which, you know, I'm usually not too picky about that if it performs well on the eyes, which it is so far. I'm gonna go back to the first brush we were using and just gently buff out the edges. I'm gonna go into the lavender color. I feel like it would be a shame not to try this one out. So this is called 2 Shots for Good Luck. I'm gonna take this on a more flat brush and I'm gonna start packing this onto the eyelid. Ooh, that is more pigmented than I anticipated. It's a very, very light lilac shade. It could almost pass as a white from far away, but there definitely is that soft lilac undertone, which I think is really pretty. I don't think I own an eyeshadow quite this color. Okay, after I've applied that, I'm going back into the brush that we used with the cool tone brown and just blending that into the lavender shade so it has a nice seamless transition on the outer corner. I'm going back into that lavender shade and really focusing a little bit more of that on the very inner portion of the eye just so that it pops really well. That palette is kind of heavy, so I am going to switch to my handheld mirror. And I'm just going back in with the brush we used with the very first color and buffing everything out a little bit more toward the brow. Okay, so next I'm going to dip into Brown Eyed Babes. And I'm just creating a bit of a brown shadow wing. And I'm going more straight out this way than elongated upward. I've been really into that shape lately. And I feel like a shadow wing is always so foolproof. Okay, this is definitely a very simple eye look, but I like where it's at. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on some mascara. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Lash Sensational, and I'm gonna apply this to the top lashes for now. And I'm gonna really focus the mascara on the outer edge to kind of emphasize that shadow wing that we just created. I realized I didn't show you the packaging of the eyeshadow up close. So it has this kind of glossy logo right here that you can only see if you have it in the light a certain way. And then the palette itself is a matte finish and it doesn't have anything across the front. It's just the campaign picture, which I think is kind of cute. And then here's the back. It has a list of all of the shade names right here. So yeah, I wanted to make sure to show you the packaging too. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my face and then we'll come back for the next part, which is this blush and highlighter cheek quad palette. So I'm excited to try this out. Okay, so I just applied my foundation, concealer, powder, and bronzer. I'll have all of those products that I used linked down below. And I'm actually wanting to do the lower lash line before I move on to the cheeks. So really quickly, I'm gonna go back into that taupey color right here. And I'm just gonna pinch the brush and apply that to the outer third, well, kind of the half of the lower lash line. I'm actually gonna take that same brush and go into that light lilac color. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this and apply it on the inner third. So I'm kind of just mirroring what we have on the top lid. And again, I'm just pinching the brush and using this on the inner third of the eye. And then I am blending it into that first shade just gently so that it's a seamless gradient. And then I'm gonna go into the first shade we used on the top lid, this one right here. And I'm just gonna buff out the lower lash line transition using this color. So I'm really not using that many shades from this palette for this look, but I'm really liking how effortless and chic the colors are so far. I really like how that looks. Okay, we're gonna apply the lower lash mascara now. I'm just using the same Maybelline Lash Sensational. Okay, so now it's time for the blush and highlighter cheek quad. So this retails for $40. It's also limited edition. It features 2 blush shades and 2 highlighter shades. Here's the unicorn packaging, by the way. I think this picture is so pretty. And then the inside looks like this. It's that same lilac color with Kendall across, and then here is the inside. And you have the 2 cream shades on the top and then the powder shades on the bottom. Highlighters on this side, blushes on this side. This actually feels very weighted and it has a magnetic closure, so the packaging feels actually really nice. This also has a mirror in it. So I'm excited for this. It's a little bit smaller than what I was anticipating with it being $40, but let's see how the formula performs. I'm gonna start off by using the cream blush. So I'm gonna take the back of my sponge and dip into this color. This is called She Does It All. I'm gonna go in to the back of my hand. This is how I apply every cream blush. I'll pick it up on a sponge and then press it into the back of my hand to really evenly distribute the color. And then I'll smile and just start to gently apply that onto the apples of the cheeks. So this is a really pretty warm toned rose color. I'm really liking how this looks so far. I think the thing that intrigues me about actually both collaborations with Kendall and Kylie is just Kendall's makeup aesthetic is very timeless, very classic, really effortless as well. And I always love the makeup looks that she has on. She works with Mary Phillips a lot, which you guys know. I love Mary Phillips. She's one of my favorite makeup artists ever. And so I just wanted to achieve that same aesthetic, and I was hoping I could get the same aesthetic with this collection. So far, so good. I'm really actually thoroughly enjoying that blush shade for sure. Let's now pick up the highlighter shade. This looks a little bit dark in the pan for me, but let's see how it applies, I guess. I'm just gonna pick that up on my sponge as well and press that on the high points of the face. Okay, so I don't feel like it's really leaving too much of a cast or anything on my face. It's more just a glossy, dewy finish, which is really pretty. I definitely want to try a little bit of this powder blush. It's a really pretty muted mauve color. So I'm gonna apply this kind of lower on the cheeks toward the back so we can keep that bright color and dewy finish on the front. But I do want to kind of see what this looks like. To sculpt a little bit. It's really, really pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit of that blush on the forehead, a little across the nose and on the chin. And then the powder highlight is really pretty as well. That's nice. But I don't think I want to put it on top of the cream, so instead I'm going to use it to highlight the inner corner of the eyes. I'm just going to use my pinky and just apply that to the inner corner. And then I'm going to take what's left and just apply it to the brow bone a little. I'm going to add a little bit more of that cream blush with what's left on the sponge, just to brighten up the cheeks a little bit more. That's actually way nicer than I anticipated. I don't know. I was kind of thinking that I could possibly be a little more disappointed in this product just because it didn't look that exciting in the pan. But now that it's on the face, it's actually so gorgeous. I feel like I will get a lot of use out of this. I'm excited. This next part is what I feel like I was the most excited about, and that is this lip crayon set. So you have the outer packaging right here, and then you open it up and you have the set of lip crayons. These were not sold individually. They are sold all together as a set for $32. They're supposed to be a new velvet soft formula that is non-drying, comfortable. It's a soft matte finish. And then you get the precision of a lip liner, payoff of a lipstick. It's smudge resistant and it gives you like a blurred looking pout. So I'm excited to try these out. First in the lineup, we have the shade As We Should, which let me show you a close-up of the packaging on this. It's a matte finish, has the logo right here, and then it's just a typical lip crayon. So here's this shade, As We Should. I'm gonna swatch all of these next to each other. This is a really pretty bright rose tone, which I feel like matches the cream blush nicely. In the middle, we have Iconic Duo, which looks like this. It's more of a nude. It's got a little bit of a pinky undertone to it. Oh, I'm really excited about that one. Yeah, I feel like honestly, this lip crayon set is still what I'm most excited about from this collection, with this color being my personal favorite from the swatches online. I can't wait to try this on. This is called Low Maintenance and it's like a mauve. Oh boy, this looks pretty. Ooh, look at that one. So these are all 3 shades. I was so excited. I'm a sucker for lip products, so I was thrilled about this. Let's go ahead and try them on. Starting off with that brighter color called As We Should. Ooh, okay, yeah. It's a really nice, smooth formula. So I'm applying it and then using my fingers to kind of blur it out a bit. You can really build these up. You can do more of like a sheer wash of color or build it up like I did right now. So there's that first color. I definitely probably should have used a lip liner because it is a little bit of a deeper shade and a more bright shade. So there's that first one, still really pretty, and I think it'd be beautiful in spring, which is right now, I guess. But it's been snowing so much recently that it doesn't feel like spring here, so I'm still excited for when spring arrives. It was actually really nice today though, so I'm hoping the sunshine stays. Next up, we have that nice neutral color called Iconic Duo. Ooh. Okay, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that color. It's not too warm, it's not too cool tone. It's a very nice neutral, pinky toned lipstick. It almost has a little bit of a peach undertone too. I really like this color. Wow. Okay, I'm by far the most excited about these. So far, so good on the shades. I cannot wait to try out the third color. Okay, last but not least, we're trying on Low Maintenance. Oh my goodness. Oh, this color. Are you kidding me? Oh, I feel so pretty in this. I don't think I have anything quite like this color. I love that it has a more cool toned undertone. I think it looks really pretty with the eyeshadow look that I have on. So there's that color. I'm so excited about that one. It seems to set down quite a bit, which I think is nice. What if I put on a little bit of Iconic Duo in the center of this color? I think mixing the two could be really pretty. So I'm just gonna throw on that Iconic Duo color in the very middle. I think that looks really nice. I'm just gonna pat the two together with my finger. Wow, really interesting formula. It's definitely setting down. It feels like it's not gonna budge, but it's still really flexible and comfortable so far, so Interesting. I'm really excited about this if you can't tell. The last piece of this collection is the lip gloss. So there was one shade. This is $16. It's the shade Ken Out of Ken. It's supposed to have a minty fresh feel, and it's a light peachy nude shimmer. So here's what it looks like. This seems like a really pretty color. I don't think I own a gloss quite this color, so I'm excited to try this on as well. I'm just gonna be layering this on top of this lip color. So let's see how it looks. Ooh, definitely has that minty smell. It's pretty. It has a lot of little tiny micro shimmers in it. So it's definitely not like a chunky glitter gloss, but there's glitter in it, which I think gives a really nice reflect. It's a little bit more of a thick formula, but it's not sticky. It doesn't like gloop up or anything. And I like that minty feel it has. Actually, I really like the applicator too. It's a nice flat paddle brush. Wow. I actually like that more than I thought I would. I think it looks really pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna just finish up the look and assess the situation a little bit, which means adding more bronzer, of course. I'm also gonna set the brows really quick with my Benefit Brow Setter. Okay, so here's the final look using this collection. This is exactly the aesthetic that I wanted to get out of this collection. So let's talk about my top picks based off my first impressions. You know, I have to go with my gut here because this is the thing that I was the most excited about, and it's the thing that delivered the most for me, and that is the Crayon Set. The lip crayons are so beautiful. It's the colors. They are so nice, very, very flattering. I would see myself wearing all 3 colors. So I'm thrilled about this situation, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on the formula by itself because I know I am wearing it with a gloss right now. So I know I'm gonna reach for these though, just for the color alone. So I'll be sure to update you as I get more familiar with this formula on like how I end up enjoying it. But for the colors alone, I will be wearing them. Worst case scenario, if I feel like they're a little dry, I feel like a gloss is sitting really nicely on top of them so far. So this is my #1 pick for sure out of all the things that I tried. Surprisingly, in second place is the face palette. I was not expecting to enjoy the colors and like the effect of this as much as I am so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the powder highlight as much. I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely have to play with this and apply it to the face. It's actually a really pretty color, but I'm the most excited about the blushes in here because both of these are really gorgeous colors. They seem like colors that I would reach for on a daily basis, and I really like the mixture of cream and powder formulas in one little face palette, so I'm excited about that as well. I would say the third thing that I'm the most excited about would be the eyeshadow palette. I really actually do like the eye look that I created. You know, I am somebody who loves a little bit more texture and shimmer, but I think this is a fun change for me to have a full palette of just mattes. So it's actually a little bit more challenging for me to create a full look using only mattes because I feel like I have to get creative on how to create that same dimension on my eyes. However, again, I love how the look turned out and I'm excited to dip into the rest of these colors. I'm a little bit hesitant to say like, oh, you need this because of the price. I'm a little bit like, I don't know if this is worth $50. You know, I feel like you could find a nice matte brown palette in your own collection, but I do feel like this lavender color makes it a little bit different, but I don't know if that's justifiable enough to, you know, spend $50 for one shade. So I enjoyed it and the formula really blends out well, but I don't know if it's worth the price based off of my personal taste and my current eyeshadow collection. I have way too many palettes. And then last but not least, I would say the gloss. I do think this is so pretty. I really, really liked the feel of this, but we'll see. We'll see if I keep using it, you know. I don't really own a color quite like this, so maybe I just need to play around with it a little more. And it is so pretty on the lips, don't get me wrong, but it was just the thing that I was like not as giddy over in the collection, but we'll see. We'll see if it grows on me a little more. It's not a bad gloss by any means. Like it looks really nice, especially on top of the lip crayons. But if there's anything I feel like you should check out, it would be the lip crayons for sure. I know that this whole collection is gonna be in Ulta. It's gonna be online and then also in stores. I think it might already be online and in stores. But next time you're in Ulta, if they have this in your store, like just check out the lip crayons. The colors are so stunning. So that's definitely the thing that I would recommend the most out of everything that I tried today. What do you guys think about this collection? I feel like the colors are really pretty, the packaging is really pretty. Obviously I was able to create a really nice look with this. I'm happy that I picked it up because it is what I was hoping for. And I think the quality is there as well. I'm trying to sort out in my mind if the price point makes sense with the quality, so I'll keep playing with these for sure. I think that's also why I'm really into the lip crayon duo because you get 3 in one. It's like $30 something, so each one is like around $10 each. which I would pay $10 each for these so far. I'm really excited about them if you can't tell. But I want to hear what you guys think about Kylie Cosmetics in general. Do you feel like she still has the power that she did initially when she first launched? Because I know for me personally, I used to keep up on, I almost said with the Kardashians, but anyway, I used to really keep up on all of the Kylie Cosmetics launches. I really enjoyed her themed collections, but nothing has really, you know, compelled me to buy anything until this collection, and it's honestly because of the lips, but I'm glad I picked it up. I just want to hear from you guys. What do you feel about this brand? Do you feel like it's giving you what you're looking for, or is it not? I would love to hear in the comments down below. I will say, and it might be an unpopular opinion, but I was a huge fan of KKW Beauty, and whenever they come back and rebrand that, I'm gonna be very, very excited. I loved the eyeshadow palettes that she created. They were some of my favorite color stories, so I feel like my heart kind of gravitates toward Kim's brand in that way. I just think her aesthetic is really incredible. Both brands are fun, don't get me wrong, but for some reason I don't buy as much from Kylie Cosmetics as I used to. With that being said, I am excited that I picked up this collection, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me try it out. Did you guys buy anything from this collection? Did it pull you in the way that it pulled me in? I think it was the lilac color. I think it was the lavender that got me, but I think it's all really cute, and I'm really happy with how my makeup turned out. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe, and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.